Hello everyone, here's our latest update on Typhoon Hagupit or Bagyong Ruby as it continues to move slowly across the Philippine Islands this morning. It is December 8th, Monday 2014, and again, watching Hagupit weakening actually, but remains a powerful and dangerous typhoon. The storm center was last located approximately 70 kilometers south-southwest of the city of Naga here in the province of Camarines Sur, or about 280 kilometers southeast of Metro Manila. The maximum sustained winds, according to the JMA warning, is at 120 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 175 kilometers per hour. The Joint Typhoon Warning Centers also lowered their wind estimates for Hagupit now at 120 kilometers per hour, gusts of up to 150. So Hagupit is now barely a typhoon. We expect actually the system to be downgraded to a tropical storm later this morning. However, it remains a powerful and still certainly dangerous typhoon. It should not be underestimated by any means. And also, the fact that it's moving very slowly west-northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour can compound to the problem of potential flooding and landslides, as it will continue to dump heavy rains across parts of southern Luzon and particularly in the Bicol and Quezon provinces, also the islands of Mindoro and Marinduque, as the system moves near those areas later this morning. And due to the approach of Hagupit, the Philippine government has cancelled all public and private school in all levels, and also government offices out here in Metro Manila for today, Monday, December 8th, as the system moves very near Manila later this morning. We're not really expecting any typhoon force winds. However, Pag-asa has placed Manila under signal number 2. The national capital region, in fact, has been placed under signal number 2, and they are expecting winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour, not to mention the threat of heavy rainfall as the system moves across. And speaking of the rainfall, here is the latest radar image from Tagaytay, courtesy of Project NOAA and the DOST. You can see here bands of light to moderate rains. Those red shadings you see there indicate heavy rains, and those are moving from the southeast to the northwest, now moving across the province of Quezon and then moving into the Calabar Zone region, eventually moving into the national capital region by early this morning. Again, expecting those rainfall to dump as much as 300 millimeters in some areas. You can also see on this radar the center of Hagupit or Ruby moving near the Bondok Peninsula in the province of Quezon. That center will continue moving west-northwestward, moving into the island of Marinduque, eventually into the northern portions of the island of Mindoro, and perhaps moving near the city of Batangas later this afternoon. You can expect those Stormy conditions to persist throughout the region for another 12 to as much as 24 hours. Again, the typhoon itself is moving very slowly west-northwestward. Now, speaking of rainfall amounts, here we have the latest forecast from one of the latest outputs from one of the computer models that we use, the HWRF, or Hurricane Weather Research Forecast. And you can see here the Philippine Islands, and you can see the color correspondent shadings in regards to the rainfall amounts that will be dumped by Hagupit. And you can see here anywhere from 8 inches to as much as 24 inches, about 200 to as much as 400 millimeters we're talking about here of rainfall over the next 24 hours. Again, this system is such a slow mover that the potential for high rainfall amounts are still there, and especially out in the mountainous areas of Quezon and the Bicol provinces, and even into parts of southern Luzon. In fact, Metro Manila could see as much as 300 millimeters before this is all said and done. So the potential of flooding and landslides in many areas are still possible despite the system weakening to a minimal typhoon this morning. Now, as far as the tracks go, here we have the latest forecast from the Japan Meteorological Agency, and again showing the center just moving near the island of Burias, and it will continue moving slowly west-northwestward, potentially brushing the northern coast of the island of Mindoro, moving near south of the city of Batangas, and then into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea as we move into early Tuesday morning. impacts across National Capital Region and especially Metro Manila are still there. The potential exists for tropical storm conditions, strong winds up to 100 kilometers per hour again, as well as the threat of heavy rains. Here we have the Joint Typhoon Warning Center and showing pretty much a similar track with the JMA, except that it has the eye or the center of Hagupit actually moving into the province of Batangas, whereas JMA is actually putting it across Mindoro. So slight differences, but either way, expecting Hagupit to weaken to a tropical storm this morning, moving south of Manila, about 100 kilometers south of Manila later this afternoon. So the potential, again, Metro Manila is still within that wind field of Hagupit. Again, tropical storm conditions highly likely later today. And as you move into the week, JTW is expecting Hagupit to move across the South China Sea, weakening along the way before moving into southern Vietnam by later this week, perhaps as a weak tropical storm or as a tropical depression. And finally, we have Pag-asa's latest forecast from this morning, again expecting a similar track with the JMA, expecting Hagupit to move near the island of Mindoro, moving first near the island of Marinduque in about 6 hours or so later this morning, and then moving into Mindoro later this afternoon, and then into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, expecting the system to move out of the Philippine area of responsibility as you move into Wednesday or Thursday. That concludes our video update for this morning. Thank you for watching. Again, we expect the stormy conditions across parts of southern Luzon, particularly in Bicol, Calabarzon, and the National Capital regions, along with the islands of Marinduque and Mindoro and parts of Romblon. We expect those stormy conditions to persist all morning long and into the afternoon hours. Heavy rainfall and strong winds are still possible despite the weakening that we've seen overnight. Hagupit will continue moving west-northwestward, moving away from the Philippines as you move into Tuesday and into Wednesday. As always, please see the warnings of your local officials and follow the official warnings and forecasts from Pag-asa. And as always, you can continue to get updated at westernpacificweather.com, where we have the latest warnings and links as well as images, the first images that we have been receiving out of Eastern Visayas, especially in the island of Samar. Stay safe and see you in our next update.